I'm going to show you how to set up a post-haste folder structure ready for your video projects. To do this, we first need to open up post-haste. So to do that, you can either look in your applications folder, or if you go up to the little magnifying glass in the top corner, that's your spotlight. You can search post, and you'll notice haste comes up straight next to it, and it's just this application. So if we double click post-haste, the application will then open, and you're greeted with the main interface for the bit of software. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is set up your template folder. I've already done this for this computer, but you'll need to do it for whichever computer you work on for your video project. If you have a computer that you always work on, you'll only have to set up this template folder once. If you work on multiple computers, you'll have to set up this template every time you want a new project. But to start off with, if you want to click on video editing template, you then want it to match what I've got here. This is basically the folders that you'll need more than likely for most of your video projects. So I've got an After Effects project folder here with a After Effects template. I've got an audio folder, and inside that I've got a music folder, a production sound, a special effects, and a voiceover folder. And you can open and close these folders by clicking the triangle next to them. You could rename folders by clicking it once and then clicking it again. That'll allow you to rename them. See, whereas when you first open this, if it's the first time you've used post-haste, it might not match what I've got here. So you might need to rename some folders or create new ones, add new template projects in, all very simple. And like I showed you, you can just click it once, click it again to rename a folder. To add new things, you've got a plus and minus here. If you click the plus, you can create new folders, and you can name them whatever you like. Folder, for example, and then click off it, you've created a folder. And you can then click on the plus again, and you can add a template project in there. So for example, you can even select, let's say, an Adobe Illustrator file. That'll give you an Illustrator template. And if you don't want this, you can literally just click delete on your keyboard. It'll ask you if you're sure. You click remove, and it's gone. And again with the folder, because I don't need that, so remove that. So yes, I've got an audio one. I've got a completed folder. I have a DVD folder just in case I ever want to export any DVDs. I've got an exports folder because more than likely you'll do more than one export of your videos, and you might have edit 1, edit 2, edit 3, so on, until you then have your completed file, which you'll put in the completed folder. I've got Illustrator in case I want to create any Illustrator files, any logos or anything like that, so it's always handy to have a folder there for that. I've got Photoshop, and there's an images folder there to store your images that you might have within your video or that you've edited in Photoshop. There's also a Photoshop template folder there. There's a Premiere Pro folder. Obviously Premiere Pro is the software that you'll more than likely use to edit your video project. And inside that folder you need to create a folder called Footage to put all your footage in straight from SD card, and also a Scratch Discs folder, which is where you'll save all your Scratch Discs to go in your Premiere Pro project. So that's what you need in Premiere Pro. Finally, you've got your production documents. In here you can save your storyboards, your script, and so on. So once you've created this, I will upload a picture of this, if I've gone a bit too quickly for you to follow, that has a breakdown of all the folders and templates that you need to create. So once you've done this, you then go to New Project, and Project Template at the top you need to change to Video Editing Template. You don't need to worry about giving it a project number, so if you just double click that, you can just clear that. For client, you can just leave clear. For project name, you might want to give it a project name. So for example, I will name this one Test Project 1. You would probably give it, for example, Minute Movie, or something like that. Whatever the project is, you'd name it that. It's fine to leave the date and editor. Obviously it comes up with my name, but for you it more than likely come up with your student number. So again, if you just click it once, if it's already selected, you can then rename it to your actual name if you'd like. Once you're happy, you can then click Create Project, and if you literally click this little triangle, upside down triangle there, it'll expand this. You then want to search for your P drive, which you do by clicking here, going down to the bottom, which is basically just selecting the computer you're on, and then that gives you the option to then select your P drive. So obviously again, mine's jonathan.lord, but yours will be your student number. So click on that, and then you can head to your folder where, for example, your video production folder, or whichever folder you're currently working from for this project, and create a new folder. So I prefer my view like this, helps me be able to see better. So you'd select where you want to go, for example, documents, and then I would select a folder inside here. It's currently just loading. So I'll then select a folder from inside here. But for now, I'm just going to do it on the desktop. But you must use your P drive just to make sure your projects are backed up. So I'm just going to select the desktop and click Save. Post Haste will then create the project, and it'll then open up for you, and you even get a little pop-up message saying the project's been created. So the folder is then opened. You can then close Post Haste, and as you'll see, the folder is now on my desktop. It'd be in your P drive, and it's got all the folders I created. So the After Effects folder's there, audio one with my other audio folders inside, complete, DVD, exports, Illustrator with the Illustrator template project, Photoshop with my images folder and my Photoshop template, Premiere Pro with my footage folder ready to drag and drop my footage from my SD card into there, my scratch disk folder which will have stuff in once I've set up my project, and my production documents where I can save my storyboards and anything else like scripts and so forth. So that's it. That's how you set up your Post Haste project. For every video project you do, you'll want to create one of these to make sure you have a tidy, neat folder structure where you'll know where everything is and where it should be. So that's it.